Alright, let me get a clean Bitcoin chart really quickly, and then I'll come back to this one. Let's do this one. Okay. So again, as I mentioned, nothing has really changed. My game plan for Bitcoin and where I think we're going to go. We are simply ranging, right? We have our range lows. We have our range highs. Okay. And right now we have this little daily candle that, wow, went to 96K. So if we're talking about a range here, then we also have a little mini range here. All right. This would be our mid-range that I spoke about. Nothing has really changed here. Same thing with this one. Mid-range around 92K. Now, this level, if lost, we're going to mid-range. To range lows. Like there's no disputing that. Maybe we can come and do like a little deviation like we did here, but like a small one here. But there's nothing stopping, Bitcoin going down to 85K if this level is lost and retested as resistance. Then we're going to range low. Okay. Now, if we're talking about mid-range or this range from here to here, we rejected from range highs. That was where I took a short. Back down to mid-range, that was TP1. Now, we have a triple bottom formation here. Okay, this usually is a small reversal that usually leads to range highs. Now, we can't talk about range highs because we do have other levels of resistance in between. So if this is our range low and this is our range high, then we have our mid-range level around here. Okay, it was support, we lost it, turned to resistance, right? Broke out, failed to SR test, again resistance, and rejected again. So 96K is our mid-range from this high and this low, or from mid-range to range high. So nothing to be super, horny about. If we flip this into support, then yes, we can target range highs, but this is just low volume price action. I wouldn't really trust it. We did take out the highs here and close below. So on the 4-hour, we actually did swing failure pattern this. Maybe a retest around 95.7-ish and then back down. We haven't really broken out of this downtrend that we're in. If we are making, higher lows, lower highs and lower lows, right? This is our lower low. So this is our previous lower high. We can take a look at this on a line chart, right? We haven't really broken out and had a clean break of structure to the upside. So if we are able to do something like this and retest, then we have broken above our previous lower high, then we have a break of structure, and that is going to be our first lower high. But then, this could also be a higher low. This could also be a lower high from this point on too, right? So nothing is really clear in terms of price action for me. We will go higher if 100K is flipped to support. Otherwise, I'm looking at range lows. Now, again, I said that we're going to chop here until mid-January. So nothing, this is all just noise to me. I think Bitcoin just chops here between 100 to 85K. Hopefully let some alts run. We'll talk about the strong alts after this. But in terms of Bitcoin, if I'm looking for plays, right, this is the Bitcoin long that I gave in my channel. Okay, we have an ABC corrective move. C wave hasn't been hit yet. It's invalid if we go above 97K. Right? So until then, I'm looking for a move down to, I'm front running the range lows around 86.4K. But If that doesn't happen, right? Whoops. If that doesn't happen, I am looking for a flip of this mid-range here. Stop loss I can't really give yet because I need more price action to develop here. But if we are able to flip this and have that break of structure as I was telling you about, stop loss would be very tight, and we're targeting 99K. Okay, we do have a bearish order block. And again, this is going to be range highs, so a possible short scalp at the psychological level makes sense as well. Okay, and if I were to draw fibs from swing highs to swing lows, okay, the 786 reversal fib lines closely with the bearish order block, and then let's see what happens around 96.7 to 97.1K. We do have resistance here that is also the golden pocket, so maybe a short scalp can be taken there. Very, very short scalp. Stop loss above the wick. Back down to the range low level here. Okay, so you have a 4.3R trade, 4.7R trade, and then you have a 3R trade. These are all scalp trades, so they should be taken with about 2 to 3% risk. So I'll post this here. Any Happy New Year, Caleb? Any prediction for monthly close? Let me take a look at the monthly candle. That's disgusting. No. I mean, let me see. Where did we open? 96. If we close like this, this is most likely a sign for reversal, right? It's going to look something like that. This is actually worse than that one. But if we end up green somehow, then I think it's just going to be, more chop. But if it's a red, I think we visit 85K sooner than we think. So right now, this 4-hour this is a 12-hour candle. It's wickless, so I think we go and recover that first. If you want a long scalp, let me see. A long scalp would most likely be a very risky one. You have this bullish order block. Move this. Okay. So back down into this bullish order block. Now the reason why I say it's risky is because we already have a triple bottom. So if we go back down to test this support again, okay, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It'll be the 6th touch, and it's going to be risky and riskier, right? So if we go back here, you can take a small long scalp. I'm not taking any trades, but this would be valid with maybe like a 1% risk, stop loss below the lows, and then you will target 96K and 98K and then range highs. It's possible. It's just very low volume, so all this movement to me is noise. We could pump to 100K and it would still be noise to me. We have, let me see. Let me see. I don't trade based off emotions. So maybe, yeah, this is what I was talking about. Maybe we come back down, make another low, right? And then we have a bullish divergence, and then we pump. We have one slightly now, right? Price is making lower lows, RSI is making higher lows, so we do have a bullish divergence here. The next is it probably to see a dump on Bitcoin, also on Bitcoin dominance based on current situation, alts rally in July. I don't want Bitcoin to dump. I want Bitcoin to consolidate in a very tight range for about a month, month and a half. And by tight range, I'm talking about 2 to 3K. And then I want Bitcoin dominance to decrease. Okay, it doesn't mean that Bitcoin dominance, Bitcoin price has to decrease. If Bitcoin is consolidating, it just means no one's buying Bitcoin, right? Dominance goes down, people are buying alts, and alts dominance goes up, and we rally. Right, that's what I want, because I eventually want this cycle to end with a huge dump on altcoins and one last pump on Bitcoin, and then drop the mic. Right? I have no thoughts on dollar pumping. I gave my what do you call it, analysis on that yesterday. I think we go to 110. Either we go to 110 or we come back down to retest the range breakout, and then we continue higher. We do have a break of structure, so yeah, we do have a break of structure. We put in a higher high, put in a higher low, and we're going to go much higher. In my opinion, the stock market, the crypto market, and everything is on its last legs. Last legs. All right, so let's take a look at ETH. Okay. So ETH looks very interesting to me, all right, because this looks like a fractal. This looks like a similar fractal of where we were here, right? This action versus this price action. Let me get a cleaner, actually. Yeah, let me get a cleaner chart. Okay, so we had price go up, right? Come back down, and come back down, and then we have consolidation, right? And then you had right, a little wedge forming there before the breakout. And then same thing here, right? Price goes up, comes down, price goes up, comes down, a little lower high, comes back down, consolidates. I'm going to go on a higher time frame for this one, or sorry, lower time frame, and then you have same exact wedge. Okay, maybe this takes a little bit longer to consolidate as well, but you have your support. Okay, there's your support. Here is your range highs. I'm going to remove this. Okay, so ETH is within a range here. Twice the range highs have been tapped. 1, 2, 3 times the range highs have been tapped here, right? 1, 2, twice the range lows, twice the range lows, maybe, or actually, once the range lows, because this established it. So there's the 1, this established the range lows, there's the 2, right? So maybe we come back down, and if we do, simple range play again. But with this one, I'd be careful because we have unswept liquidity here. Okay, and even here. So this could do one of two things. And this is not where I'm placing my stop loss, but this can come back down, right? Take out this liquidity, close back above, right? Again, a little triple bottom action, back to range highs. Or if we get that deeper retrace on Bitcoin, 85K, this can come back down and take this one here. All right, so this one, in my opinion, if you're going to long at range lows, you want to wait until confirmation happens, and that confirmation is taking these lows first. So take it, close back above, you will long with your stop losses below, and then target range highs, well, mid-range, then range highs. Shorting range highs here is a little bit risky, but again, in a range, you'll do so. Very tight stop. You do have a supply zone here. And if I were to draw my fibs, I'd personally take this short here. Right, we have SR point. I'd enter in a short around 36.24-ish. DCA till 37.25. Stop loss around 37.82. And then a move down. Now, the risky part is when we had a breakout, this just ran, right? This broke out of a range. So the longer this accumulates, the riskier this will be. If we break out here, I'm okay with it, right? But the longer this accumulates, the violent the breakout will be. So keep an eye out on that, right? I would say if this breaks out before, this is a 2-month accumulation. This is only a 2-week accumulation, but it's lower time frame. I say if this accumulates a little bit past January 10th, then cancel this trade, this short. Are we going to see 5K ETH on its next leg up? No idea. I don't like giving price targets. I don't believe in it. But, we have higher high after we broke structure, low, right? High, low. So we haven't broken trend, right? But now you have a head and shoulders diagonally. Now, technical head and shoulders target, it's just technical targets. I'm not saying it's going to happen, right? It's around 2,500, right? But the head and shoulders is a meme pattern until you have confirmation. That confirmation is a breakdown, retest, and then you can short with your stops above. But until that happens, you're gonna trade what is given to you. So let me post this. No worries. We can't talk about 5K until, we break 4K first. Then we can talk. It's just level by level. Let's look at everyone's favorite shitcoin and the most useless piece of shit in the world, Sol. Let me see. Do I need this chart? I don't need this chart. Okay, same type of pattern here, right? Sol is actually one of the strongest coins in the market, along with Sui, right? Bitcoin has gone down tremendously, and Sol has held. Again, to answer your question, Rocky, I hate on Sol because the community is whack. People are stupid. To be honest, I have a big bag of Sol, but the two communities I hate the most are XRP communities and Sol communities. They have no brain. All right. And if the biggest Sol holder was in my face, I tell it straight up. Slap his mother while I'm at it. All right. So same thing here, right? We have resistance. Now this one is not much of a wedge. This looks more like a descending triangle pattern, right? So an ascending triangle pattern is something like this, where you have a flat top with price action going up, and you have a descending triangle, same thing. This usually leads confirmation to the downside. However, we can look at this also as a range. Right? Everything is a range if you take a look at it, and if you just play the range, it's the best R&R you're going to get. Who the fuck is Monad? For those that are on different servers with me, I am very open with how I speak. I just bite my tongue in other servers because, there's a lot of children. So okay, we are here at range highs, right? Well, almost range highs. If you actually look at the candles by line, this is range high, right? The wicks don't count, right? So candle bodies. So I personally wouldn't long anything here on Sol until we have a reclaim of the support. This $200 support is where I want us to be able to reclaim. And I mentioned this before. I said if as long as we stay above 200, price will go higher. That didn't happen. We lost it, lost 200, and price went lower. So if we're looking for longs, and you can draw whatever trend line that you want to. Right? If we're looking for longs, I want this to be reclaimed, this resistance to be reclaimed. Let's make it red. So we have a reclaim, test it as support, right? But this is where it gets tricky because we could reject here, right, and then continue back down. But you can also see that this could potentially be a little bear flag forming as well. So you could see as a descending triangle, which is bearish. You could see as a bear flag. You could see as a descending wedge, right? That's why TA is so subjective and beautiful, is you can have different viewpoints from different people, right? Descending wedge, but also, whoa. Here's a bear flag with targets of around 150-ish, right? So this is why confirmation is so important, is because we could easily break down, go back down to range lows, bounce again, then you have this little range here, bear flag type of thing. Again, you have that target of 150. So for me, I'm not really interested in Sol until we actually break down of this downtrend, right? This reclaim is important for step one, but I need us to get back above, consolidate a little bit, break out, retest, and then go higher. If that happens, I will add more to my Sol bag and possibly take a little leverage long, but we do have supply zone, right, along with trendline confluence, so possibly taking a short around 206 with very tight stop losses as a hedge. Okay, and TP1 would be the retest around 200, and then back down here. Okay, any trades that I take, I will give in my channel. These are just ideas for now. Everything can change, as you see. Where is that Bitcoin chart really quickly? One sec. Like I said, this is all just noise right now, right? We rejected right from resistance, took out the highs, right? Swing failure pattern. So let's see how 37.5 does here. I know you already went over Bitcoin, but I think there's a descending triangle on it. No. Not a clean, no, I don't see a clean one. I see the flat bottom, triple bottom, but it's not clean like this, right? This one, price is making higher lows, whereas Bitcoin is just making lower lows. What do you think about virtual? I've never looked into it, to be honest. I don't do anything on base. I'm too old for that shit. Upcoming unlocks are short term. Yes, so Ondo, for example, has an unlock coming in January, right? But I mean, look at Ondo. Okay, Ondo already took a huge beating from the highs back in 2 weeks ago till now. It's down 40%, well, 35%, right? However, when the unlocks happen, people are, got in from like what, 5 cent, 2 cent average, whatever. They're definitely going to take some profits. So this will continue to dip further. But again, unlocks are a great way to, get exposure into coins. Sui had an unlock. They had a, small dip, and then it just ripped, right? Have you heard of Bio? No, I have not. Let me finish Sol, then I'll take a look at these coins. So that is an option for a short. And then if we're going to, look for possible longs. Okay. Another trend line retest. If the trend is there, you go ahead and play the trend. Right, very, very tight stop loss. Now, this group is a little bit more mature than the other servers that I'm in. Hope you guys know when I draw a profit, the green box up to a certain point, it doesn't mean it's going to hit that. There are resistance points in between, so this is where I think the final TP should be. However, it doesn't mean we're going to hit it. I just want you guys to be aware. I've been getting DMs, we didn't go as high as you drew in your videos. Well, no shit, Sherlock. Like, I wish I could control the price, but I don't. All right. All right. So, Soul Scalp, right? Short. But if you are really looking for a solid range play, Sherlock's sending you those DMs. Sherlock's too busy shorting and longing illiquid coins to answer anyone. Here is a setup that I really like if we get that flush, right? I would love a flush of these lows down here, right? Take out the lows, and if that happens, you market long and buy on, spot. And I think this goes back to $300 if we get that sweep. All right, this is a textbook triple tap play, just like Bitcoin did, right? 1, 2, 3, triple tap. 1, 2, 3, triple tap, take the liquidity, and then go higher. Triple bottom, easy range long, range low play. So scalp that one. This would be most likely a swing. So long, small position. Okay, give yourself some breathing room on the stop loss, probably around 170, because this could come down and sweep these. If you want to add to your position, wait until these lows are swept, close above, right? And then you can add more to your position with a safe stop loss below whatever wick is created. All right. Look at that. Right into the order block. It's dipping. This is what I said, like, this is just noise, right? Like, we have this fake pump, everyone's super excited, but it's a low volume holiday, and everyone just gets horny over price action moving 2%. 3%, 4%, my bad. All right. Okay, now that I'm done looking at these coins and taking a stab at Sherlock for liquid coins, let's take a look at your coins. What is bio? Is it only on Gate.io? Oh, never heard of it. Pre-market right now. Alright, it has to come out before I can look at it. But I don't do any fundamental research. I think fundamentals are for people that want to sit at a computer and, look at stuff and have no life. Real traders trade price action. Say. Yikes. Okay. Well, it's on its last legs currently. See, back in the day when this coin came out along with um, what do you call it? With Sui, these two coins ran with each other, right? Um, but right now, this is on support. It's on the trend line. This looks kind of gross, but it's making another higher low. Yeah, this coin looks. Low time frame. This coin's dead. It's. Let me see. Do we have a divergence here? Yeah, possibly. Right. Price making lower lows. RSI making higher lows. So, depending on how low Bitcoin goes, this is a low risk area to possibly pump. It's just this coin's garbage. Not garbage. Sorry, I like this coin, but there's just no there's no volume. Like everything is down. So like every long right now is risky. But this would be the setup, right? Stops below the wick, target 3-hour trade looking for a 2%, 3% move. Right? So outside of that, I don't see us maybe taking out that's two. Yeah, this would be the play. It was a market long target 43 cents, 42 cents. Stop loss below 38.6. Okay. I'm going in order, so one sec, guys. FET. Okay. So this has lost the channel that was in. It's actually a bear flag. We broke down, retested. The AI narrative really isn't there. You have AI agents pumping, but actual good AI coins, like this and Render, aren't really pumping. But let me take a look at this. So here's the daily, right? Since the 19th, we've just been ranging. Okay. Right. Now this looks more bearish than ETH or whatever else that we looked at. Here's your support. So we need to break this downtrend. And I don't know if that's going to happen with Bitcoin ranging like this or, such low volume. So this would be a coin where if you are in, which I am, I bought around a dollar, what was it, 38. We sold at 210, bought back in a little bit higher. Currently have I allocated 90k, 51k position currently. So I'm down, but I do think that this will eventually get a relief pump with alts running. But I do think when AI narrative and gaming narrative and RWA narrative, when that comes back, that will be the last rotation in the market. All right, but this is clearly just a range. We are on support. We are on trend line. It's a bit risky. If you are in this position, I would say hold personally. But I wouldn't long or short here because the consolidation is so tight. There's no clear price action, like development or anything here. So this tells me that we're most likely going to go down to $13. This is a bearish descending wedge here. So just be patient. If you really want to buy, I buy $13. I think you can get a 40% move from it when we eventually pump. Make that blue for you. Lose $13, then most likely this coin's screwed. Okay. Another thing I want to mention is this is a perp-led rally. We have perp price. What is it? $120 premium over Bitcoin spot. So there's no organic buying on Bitcoin right now. This is all just a leverage led rally. So that's why like longs have been risky. Like this has been, I think I posted it on Twitter if you guys follow me. When we went from 94k to 99k, this move here basically from 92k to 99k, I mentioned that this was a perp led rally, and then it was perfectly retraced, right? Until we get some Coinbase premium, or this gap between spot versus perp is closed, I don't expect us to rally anytime. And yes, we could get those 2-3k pumps, but there's no organic buying. There's no buy pressure from Coinbase spot buyers coming in. This is just leverage longers, taking gambles. Okay. Popcat. Everything just looks like it's consolidating between, some type of wedge or a range. This is now on my blacklisted coins. I don't care if this gets a Coinbase or Binance listing. I will not be touching this coin. Lost a good amount holding this garbage. It's the reason why I'm a dog person. Okay, but we're hovering over a very crucial support. Right, we have demand. Right, it needs to pump from here. If we close below this level, this coin's dead. All right, so if you really want to buy this coin, this is an area where you buy, and you have manual stops where if we, and I would do this on spot, it's very cheap, you can, you have good exposure. If we close below here and turn this into resistance, that's when you manually cut your position, but this is a low risk area to buy, and you can possibly, if the market pumps, SOL pumps, I mean, this usually pumps with SOL, it's a SOL beta, right? So maybe a 20% move. Right, you have fair value gap. Yeah, low risk area to buy, and you have your invalidation. But this coin looks like it's honestly like on its last legs, right? Here's another trend line touch. So close below that blue line you manually cut. QNT. If you see yellow lines on any of my charts, it's from before 2022. So this is the last time I took a look at this chart. All right. One sec. Let me take a look at this way. So inverted, you have a cup and handle, right? Here's your cup, here's your handle. Technical targets of this, right, is 42 bucks. I don't think it goes that low, but I'm just showing you the alternatives. However, it's on a very important level right now. Now, structure on this is completely bearish, right? We broke down, making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, and possibly on our way to make another lower low. This is demand. It's very small, but demand is there. So if you want to buy, this would be the area to do so. This blue one. Okay, down to here. Okay, most likely we go and sweep this low here. So that green area is your buy zone if you think this goes higher. Now, if you this could also be putting in a double bottom. You just need a couple more days of price action to determine that. So if you really want to buy, like from here down to 91, in my opinion, is good. But if this continues to go down to make another lower low, you might have a divergence forming later on, or this consolidates here, you have a double bottom. Regardless, structure is still bearish, right? So if you want confirmation to actually buy, and it's okay if you don't buy the bottom, and this is what I've mentioned before, right? So it's okay to sacrifice buying the bottom and buy a little bit higher with confirmation. If we break above here, right, we have that break of structure, then you have an easier confirmation to buy with a little bit less upside, but still the gains will be safer than trying to time the bottom and missing it because it goes further down, right? So I personally would wait until that break of structure to the upside, break it, make a higher high, buy that higher low, and then look for a move there. Otherwise, low risk area to buy. However, it's just risky because we need more days of price action to determine if it's actually a double bottom. But buying this green zone here makes sense. All right. So I'll put that, and I'll put notes here. BOS is break of structure. Uni. Same thing, right? This chart along with QNT looks, actually, to be honest, a lot of charts look similar, right? Here, let's go to a 4-hour. Right, you have this dip, and then just a range, So every chart right now looks similar. Whatever is going to happen, and which makes trading so difficult right now, because if you get into one coin, right, all the charts outside of Sol, like I told you, Sol is very strong, Sui is very strong, but everything else looks the same. So you are risking, whether you're shorting a coin or you're long a coin, everything will have the same effect on the others, because their charts look very similar. But if you're taking a look at this, right, simple range, okay, this is a deviation, but you have support, you have resistance. Not much going on here in terms of price action, but we took out the highs just like Bitcoin did here, right? Took out the highs and dumped. Same thing here, took out the highs and dumped. So if you really want to get in, you could possibly go back into support here. Clear range. Stop loss probably somewhere. It's tough because, right, you have support here. And that's where your stop loss should be. So it's very tough, but range highs, stop loss. Yeah. Yeah, it's just not clear. But if I were playing this, I'd wait for either range highs to short. Maybe you can take a short at, see, you have clear resistance here as well. You could take a clear short at the golden pocket. Stop loss above 786. Back down there. Longs, the only long that I see viable is the support. I don't see anything else here to long. Ave. I got another 10 minutes in me before I gotta head out. Gonna get a haircut so I can get drunk tonight. Looking good. Ave needs to bounce here. It's on support. It's in a bullish order block. Again, it's in a downtrend. It's making lower highs, lower lows. So it's a very, everything's in a kind of predicament currently. I don't even like that trend line. Downtrend can stay. Possible double top. This is the neckline. If this is lost here and turned to resistance and starts consolidating here, then this most likely goes lower. And lower is around 271. Let me check something here. Yeah, that's a double top. We're at the neckline for the double top. Yep. Do or die here. I mean, if you're taking a long, you have easy invalidation. I wouldn't take a long on this right now. Yikes. It's a pretty wide stop. Yeah, stops around 297. Very risky though. But if this trend line is lost or the support is lost, then you are looking at 271. Degen. That's disgusting. This coin is dead. This is a coin that should have been cut a long time ago. Yeah. Crucial point here. I mean, if you really like this coin or the project, this is where you buy. Loss of this line here turns into resistance. You cut. It's not showing any strength. It's like there's no pumps on it. I don't know what caused it to pump around here, but this coin, in my opinion, is dead. Just like how it, pumped here, slow grind down, and then you have this accumulation. There's no accumulation here. This is just a slow grind down like it was here. So this probably continues lower and then maybe accumulates with another pump, but this coin's dead. I don't even know what this is, but how's the Bitcoin long doing? Alright. I say stay away from this coin personally, but if you really want to buy, this is the area to do so. And stop loss is turning, it's manual, so you have to be patient with that. Turning this black line into resistance, you cut. Okay, I'm gonna look at people that haven't said anything just to give them DYM. I'm not. Again, low risk area, but this coin looks dead. However, it's accumulating, right? And remember I said about accumulation, the longer the accumulation, the greater the expansion. However, I don't see any reason for this coin to pump. Just because its all-time high was there, it doesn't mean it's going to get anywhere close to it. But you have low risk area, right? Maybe you buy from here down to the support. But if this low, if these lows are lost, then you cut. I just don't see any strength. Let me check the daily RSI. You probably have, yeah, you have I mean, it's not a very strong one, but small little divergence, right? So low risk area, like I said, buying from here down to $1.10, you will cut it if that lows are lost. Something like that. How high this will go? Zero idea. Okay, something like that. This is a manual close, by the way. What do you think about Alt-Center and price discovery while Bitcoin dumps? You got to see how they react when Bitcoin pumps. Give me an example of one. You play the retest of all-time highs, or previous all-time highs. Ondo. Okay. So here's an example of a coin that was an all-time high. Right here was the all-time highs. Came back, retested it, retested the all-time highs, and gave a 45% pumpish. That's how you play it. But Ondo, like I said, has an unlock coming in January, this month coming up. So it's a very risky play. I think that if it does dump, it is a coin that you buy because it has it's probably the biggest RWA coin, backings of like BlackRock. So I think this can possibly go to as low as $1, but that is an area to buy. Again, it's in a downtrend, right? Um, I'm still in it. Here's my spot play. Okay, we took TP1. I still have DCAs waiting to be filled. Hopefully we get them to fill. But because I took TP1, my average once these fill are going to be extremely lower. And I am looking for, hopefully, a dip into this demand zone, consolidate for a little bit, and then it move back up to $2 eventually. If it's weak, then I cut. Simple. So nothing has changed from my spot play. I'm looking to buy these levels, so I'll post it here. But in terms of leverage, I wouldn't touch it because of the unlocks. Election pump? Nah. Election's over. Oh, I think you're talking about coin. Trump coming in is not going to do anything. BTU. What is the oldest coin chart? Is it? I don't like this chart. Only because it's like barcoding. What is the oldest chart? I know it's an AI agent, but what is the oldest chart? Gate.io? Yeah, okay, I'm just going to use this. Coins like this, right, are going to be tough to play because you don't know where. First of all, never short a coin in price discovery, but if this is the local high, previous local high, I wait for that to be retested, and that's where you go long. You also have, demand zone. Right, so that is where I would possibly long. It's always played out. If you long previous highs, the retest does work. So something like that. However, I don't know how volatile this coin is, so just be careful. Doesn't seem like it's super volatile. There's no crazy wicks, but again, it could be low volume. I don't know. I don't look at base coins. And then same thing with virtual probably, right? Yeah, same thing. Now lower time frame, this was probably retested, right? Yeah. Went high, came back down, retested it. 4 hour, also retested it. So this is a perfect example of a retest and pump. I wouldn't long that again. That's where we go. I don't care about base. I only trade high cap coins, so these low cap coins don't really matter to me. I know a lot of servers that I'm in talk about base, but I could care less. If you guys took that Bitcoin long, it's up almost 1%. Sol's probably pumping hard. Not super hard, but. Alright, last coin is going to be Vanry. If I miss something, I'll get back to it later. I just gotta go get this haircut. Yeah, same thing. This looks weak. Probably back down to this demand zone, but again, another lower high here. Downtrend. Yeah, not interested until we break above. I forget which coin it was, right? But break above the lower high. Also range highs. And then start the new trend. Otherwise, this is just a range, and I think this goes lower. So safest one would be breakout, retest, break of structure, and then higher. Otherwise, you buy in this green box from 10 cents down, or 10.2 cents down to 8.7 cents, and hope it bounces from there. But everything is narrative based. So gaming quickly came, right? Like this whole entire pump. Big time also pumped as well, another gaming coin. But everything is retraced, and a lot are currently consolidating either for a move down or for a move up. It's just hard to predict right now because of the low volume. So I don't know which way we're going to go. If we go down, obviously everything is going to break down together. If we go up, not everything will pump together, but strong coins that have been accumulating for a long time will pump. You want to focus on SUI and SOL in my opinion. Alright, so that's it for me. I'm going to get this haircut, and then I will post this once I am back. Alright, thanks everyone, and have a happy new year.